Hey there, my name is Veronica and I'm so happy to be with you today. Today I'm going to talk about how conscious manifesting can transform your world for the better. You are always manifesting something. The entire world around you is a product of belief, a product of persistent belief, and how tweaking these belief systems can actually help create miracles in your life, create abundance where there is currently lack, transform any relationship for the better, create more monetary abundance, more job success, more health, more radiant beauty, just about anything. I hope this video can help turn your world around. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, I do offer personalized coaching, and you can find that at veronicaisles.com. You can also learn more about me there. I also have self-study courses available at veronicaisles.teachable.com, as well as a wonderful affirmations app for iPhone. And we'll list the download link for that below. So again, everything around you is a product of belief. Now, much of this belief was probably formed in your younger years. In fact, you probably took on much of the belief systems of the adults around you, whether it was good or bad. When you're young, you just take in information like a sponge. You pick up on other people's fears and beliefs about what is possible, what could possibly harm you, and what you should expect in life. So now you've learned about the law of attraction, conscious manifesting, deliberate manifesting, thoughts creating things, whatever you want to call it. But you've realized that probably a lot of those belief systems are false. They're full of lack. They're actually not serving you at all. Well, I'm here to help you get on track with the things you actually want and to help you start to believe in these new outcomes you want so very badly, but you probably don't have a clue as to how on earth they can happen. And that part is okay. You don't need to have that part figured out. All you need to know is what you want in the end, in whatever you would assume the realization of your desire would be, which actually isn't really the end, but it's sort of a moment that signifies that you've arrived, that you've actually gotten what you want. Now the catch is, you have to remain faithful to this idea. And I know that this is the part that a lot of you struggle with. You can't remain faithful to something that seems so directly opposite of what you currently have. For example, if you are currently struggling within an existing relationship, or you are currently struggling to attract the person of your dreams, your specific person, or you are currently struggling in money, it may be hard to put your blind faith within the idea that your situation is going to change, especially if it's been bad for a number of years or you have seen multiple occasions of this particular thing not working out in your life. Like, for example, maybe you've had a string of bad relationships and the same problems have repeated themselves over and over and over again. Or maybe you've been passed up for a job promotion over and over and over again, and you've gotten so used to these disappointments that it almost feels like that's who you are. It almost feels like that's what you're supposed to have, because that's all the familiarity you have in this particular situation. You have no familiarity with what it feels like to actually win in a relationship, to actually be able to settle down with the person of your dreams, to actually be able to have a position in your job that is of high standing, that pays more than enough money. But again, the world around you is listening. It's always listening. Life is listening for your instruction, for your command. And anyone who has transformed their life, who has created a huge breakthrough in their situation, has woken up one day and has decided that those old beliefs, that old lack mindset was just not going to work anymore, was just not who they wanted to be anymore. It's sort of like a do or die attitude. You just wake up one day and you say, this is not who I'm going to identify with anymore. I'm not going to identify anymore with the person who loses in relationships, with the person who's constantly heartbroken. Oh no, I am going to identify with the person who is loved, who is respected, who is shown kindness, who has their perfect person begging to be with them. And you just wake up Not literally waking up in the morning, but you sort of awaken to a moment where you're like, that's just not who I am anymore. That's not who I'm going to identify with. I don't care if the world around me is currently showing me this. I am going to stay steadfast and true, loyal and faithful to this new idea, whether or not it comes or not. Whether or not I see it or not, that's not who I'm going to feel myself to be any longer. That's not who I'm going to choose to identify with. I just won't do it. I won't have it. It's like you put your foot down in the most stubborn way possible. And you say, no, that's not me. That's not who I am. No, 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 no. I did this on several occasions. I did this in my love life. My love life hadn't worked out for nearly 2 decades. Like, it just wasn't working. I was having failure after failure. The man in my life would constantly let me down in the same way, constantly not be able to return my affection, constantly disappoint me in the same way. And I was always someone who would struggle with money. I just never had enough. I felt I had to work overtime. I didn't have the right qualifications. I didn't have the right this or that. I didn't know the right people. I thought that I would never be able to do anything but work overtime, work 3 jobs, work minimum wage. But I woke up one day and I said, enough. And mind you, when you have that awakening, when you have that light bulb moment, it doesn't change instantly. In fact, you'll probably see a lot of the same happen before any little indication of change happens. But, kind of like growing something in the ground, planting a seed, you don't see anything right away. You don't see anything for a really long time. But then one day you do see something. And mind you, when you plant a seed, you have to have patience and you have to nurture it. And you have to give it time to fully form. At first, it will only be a hint of what is to come. In fact, it may not even look like what you had intended for a good long while. But if you stick it out, you continue to nurture it to help it grow, it will flourish right before your very eyes. And you just have to be ready to toss aside all of those lack-filled beliefs, all of those limitations. You need to stop feeling like your subconscious is in control of you. You need to start feeding yourself these new feelings of hope and of change. Mostly it's just like you're ready. You're ready to stop being the sad victim who has all of these disappointments, has all of these things to feel bad about. And like I said, you're not going to see immediate changes. You may see some sort of nudge of hope, but you're not going to see big, full-fledged changes, and you need to give it time. You need to become this new result without any guarantee of anything as an outcome. The choice is yours. The choice is yours from within, and you need to decide, do or die. This is who I'm going to feel. This is who I'm going to be inside, whether or not I see anything on the outside or not, because this is who I want to be for me. And that's when it finally changes. The world around you is constantly listening. Who are you going to be? Who are you going to transform into? It's a beautiful process, sort of like the way a butterfly takes form. All right, well, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, my name is Veronica, and you can learn more about me at veronicaisles.com. I also have self-study courses you can do independently. veronicaisles.teachable.com. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I do have an affirmations app for iPhone that you can learn about. The download link is in the description box below. Have a good day.